Dear students, welcome to lecture number 3 of digital electronics. So in this one, we will be talking about decimal to binary conversion again. But unlike the previous videos, it consists of the integer as well as the fractional part. But in the previous video, we solved a problem, similar kind of problem, but in that one, the fractional part was not given. So if you observe this question carefully, we are being asked to convert 169.9, it's a decimal number. We need to convert this one to binary. So the first task is to figure out or separate the integer and the fractional part. As you can see, in the integer part we have 169, and here in the fractional part, what do we have? In the fractional part we have 0.9. Fine, this is what we have. In the fractional part we have 0.9. So what's next? What's our next task? Our next task is to solve the first part, that is the integer part. So that integer part, solving this one, the procedure remains the same, or the method remains like the previous one. So here 169, first it should be divided with 2. So if we divide this thing with 169, what we will get? We will get a resultant or result of 84, and the remainder in this case will be 1, right? Again, if we divide 84 with 2, we will have 42 as result, and the remainder is 0. Fine. Then if we divide 42 by 2, again we will get 21, and the remainder is 0. Fair enough? Then again we have to divide this 21 with 2, so we will be getting how much? 10, right? And here we will have a remainder of 1. Now if we divide this 10 with 2, sorry, this 10 remains as it is. Okay, if we divide this 10 by 2, we will get a result of 5, and in this case the remainder is 0. Again, if we divide the 5 with 2, we will get a result of 4. No, not really. We will get a result of 2, and the remainder is 1. Again, if we divide 2 with 2, what will happen? We will get a result of 1, and the remainder is 0, right? And if we try to divide 1 by 2, we will get a result of 0, and in this case the the remainder is 1. So we are done with the integer part, right? So now we have to solve for the fractional part as well, right? We have to do it for the fractional part as well. What should we do in this case? Can you tell? So here we can write this 0 point. Why I'm writing this, you will get to know in a while. So 0.9 we have, right? So this part, the part in the left side, what is the function of this one, we will get to know in a while, but for the time being, let's write it like this. So as you can see, this line, you can consider this line as point. So as I'm trying to show you in Excel, we cannot write a 0 point something, so that is a problem, but don't get confused about that one. Let's leave it for the time being. So let's say this we are writing this one in this manner because we have to, for the fractional part, unlike the integer part, we have to multiply the values with 2. Okay, so if we multiply 9, if we multiply 0.9, right, we can say it's 0.9. If we multiply 0.9 with 2, we will have 1.8, right? So 1 goes in the left hand corner here, and that 8 should be in this box, right? Fine. So now then again, if we try to multiply this side, so you need to remember that these values, let me highlight this one so that it becomes more visible. So the values that are marked in yellow, marked in green, should be multiplied with 2 in all the instances. So this 1.8 multiplied with 2 again gives us a value of how much, can you tell? Not 1.8, this, let's say this 0.8, right? This 0.8 gives us a value of how much? 0.8 gives us a value of 1.6, right? So we can write in this manner as well. Let's say this is 0.9, this is 0.8. Now this is more, I think this is more understandable. I mean, you can understand it better if we write it in this manner. So when this 0.8, when 0.8 is getting multiplied with 2, right, it should be 1.6. So 1 has to be written here and 0.6 has to be written somewhere here. Okay, again, if we multiply this 0.6 with 2 again, how much we will get? 0.6 multiplied with 2 gives us a value of 1.2, right? So 1 goes here and 0.2 goes here, 0.2. 0.2 should again be multiplied with 2. So it will give us a value of how much? 0.2 multiplied with 2, that gives us a value of 0.4. 0.4 means 0.4, right? So 0 goes here and 0.4 goes here. This 0.4 should again be multiplied with 2, right? If we multiply 0.4 with 2, we will be getting how much? 0.8, means 0.8. 0 goes here and 0.8 goes here. Fine. This 0.8 should again be multiplied with 2. 0.8 multiplied by 2 gives us 1.6. So 1 goes here, 0.6 goes here. 0.6 again getting multiplied with 2 gives us how much? 0.12. Not 0.12, 1.2. So 1 goes here and 0.2 goes here. This 0.2 again getting multiplied with 2 gives us a value of 0.4. 0 goes here, right? And 0.4 goes here. 0.4 again getting multiplied with 2 gives us 0.8. So 0 goes here and 0.8 should be written here. Fine. So 0.8 getting multiplied with 2 again gives us 1.6. 1 goes here, 0.6 goes here. 0.6 getting multiplied with 2 gives us how much? 0.6 getting multiplied with 2 gives us 1.2. So 1 goes here and 0.2 goes here. Again 0.2 getting multiplied with 2, 0.2 getting multiplied with 2 gives us 0.4. 0 goes here, 0.4 goes here. 0.4 again getting multiplied with 2 gives us 0.8. 0 goes here, 0.8 goes here. 0.8 again getting multiplied with 2 gives us 1.6. 1 goes here and 0.6 goes here. 0.6 getting multiplied with 2 again gives us 1.2. So 1 goes here and 0.2 goes here. Fine. So is there any, so just by observing this one, can you tell, is there any sequence that you can follow? Is there any sequence that is repeating after some time? Can you tell? Is there any sequence? Can you observe any sequence here? There is actually. So if we observe carefully, you see in this case 1 1 1. If you observe a little bit carefully, so as you can see, starting from this 1 1 0 0, let me mark this, try to fill this with different colors. So as you can see, it's a sequence 1 1 0 0, then again we are getting 1 1 0 0, then again it's getting repeated 1 1 0 0, right? So as you can see, this sequence is getting repeated. So what should be our final answer for the fractional part? The fractional part's final answer should be, the answer to this one should be 0 1, because we start off with 0 and 1, it's not getting repeated, but after this sequence comes into play 1 1 0 0. So we have to write 1 1 0 0, right? Is there anything else we need to do in this case? Is there anything else? So what we can do is, the answer to this one should be this 0 is of no use. Having a 0 at the very beginning has no significance, so we can discard this 0. We are keeping this 1 as it is, and the sequence that is getting repeated is this one 1 1 0 0, then again 1 1 0 0, 1 1 0 0. So we don't have to write this 1 1 0 0 all the time. What we do is we put a dot sign on top of this one and another dot sign on top of this 0 to tell that this sequence of 1 1 0 0 is getting repeated after certain interval, right? This part, the answer for this part is this much. So as we are doing it for the fractional part, there should be a dot here. Fine. What about this one? What about this part? integer part. Integer part is comparatively easier because we have already solved it a couple of times, so it's comparatively easier. So the answer to the integer part is this much, right? Let me highlight this one so that it becomes more visible, right? So the final answer to the integer part is this one. We have to go from the bottom to the top, so the answer is 1 0 1 0 1 0 0 1. This is the final answer to the integer part. The final answer to the fractional part is 0.1, this one, right? This 0 should be there. 0.1, then 1 1 0 0. Fine. So it is getting discarded because we are solving it in Excel. So let me write down the final answer here. First we need to write down the integer part, 1 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 point 1, then 1 1 0 0. Fine. This is the final answer to this problem, and as you can see, there is a dot sign on top of this one and there is another dot sign on top of the 0, because it's telling us that it is getting repeated after some time or after some time interval. So this is the final answer to this one. So now it's your turn to solve another problem like this. I will give you a problem like this in the description box. Try to solve it on your own. If you find any difficulty, feel free to let me know. So this is all for today. We will meet again in the next video where we will talk about another problem. Till then, stay safe and take care.